Hello everyone, my name is Helga and you're on my anime channel. I'm now in Ginza next to the Toho movie theater and I have just seen SUZUME no TOJIMARI on the IMAX screen and it was very emotional. I was crying, but now it seems like it's going to rain. It's pretty windy, so I think I'll tell you all of my impressions from home. As you understood from my awkward intro, I'm sorry, I still feel weird filming in public. Today I'm going to talk about the most anticipated anime movie of the year, which is SUZUME no TOJIMARI, or Suzume's Locking Up. So without further ado, let's go. Firstly, I need to say that I have had a complicated relationship with Makoto Shinkai over the years. The first work of his that I have seen was the short movie She and Her Cat, and I was fascinated by its melancholic atmosphere and conciseness. It's really short and it doesn't have much animation, but it delivers the feeling of the story perfectly. But then there was 5 centimeters per second, which everyone liked, but I unfortunately didn't find appealing at all. Several years after that, I watched Your Name at the movies in Moscow, and although I was inspired by the beauty of its animation, the plot didn't really resonate with me. Later, I also read the light novel and still didn't feel anything special. But when I saw the trailer for his new film, I immediately became eager to check it out as soon as possible, because I was fascinated by the beauty of the views and the appearance of the protagonist. And these two things actually turned out to be the two best things of the movie, in my opinion. But let's start by talking about my experience at the movies. When I was looking for a ticket for the opening weekend online, I was surprised to find out that the showings of the movie were starting every 15 minutes in each theater, and there weren't many tickets left, which shows how big the demand is. On the day of the showing, when I was arriving at the theater right before the movie started, I was too naive to think that I would be able to buy a drink and take it with me to the auditorium, because the line was so long that I think only people who arrived like an hour in advance managed to get their popcorn and drinks. So I gave up and proceeded to take my seat. At the entrance, they gave me this small book which talks about Makoto Shinkai and the making of SUZUME, which is very nice. I watched the movie on a big IMAX screen. It wasn't 3D, but I got sucked into it from the first couple of minutes. I got pretty emotional at some parts of it. Maybe it's because it resonated with my feelings of missing my husband and overall psychological state, but I was bawling my eyes out half of the time, which caused some dehydration because, as I mentioned earlier, I wasn't able to buy myself a drink. But I can't really complain because I'm really grateful for this opportunity to watch such a masterpiece on a big screen firsthand. And I can't believe that I'm saying this about a Makoto Shinkai film, but I think it really was a masterpiece. So without spoiling anything, I'll list all the things that I liked about SUZUME. And number one, as I've already mentioned, is breathtaking backgrounds and views of different locations of Japan. As usual, Makoto Shinkai is really good at showing both the rural part of the country and Tokyo. This made me want to explore this beautiful country, and specifically Tokyo, where I'm living now, more. I even took a stroll in the park that I saw from the taxi window when going to the theater after watching the movie. Secondly, the main male character. He's perfect. He's handsome, smart, generous, basically what they call every girl's dream. And I could totally understand why SUZUME fell for him so quickly. The third thing is the personality of SUZUME herself. She is not your typical whiny anime girl. She is bold, driven, and ready to overcome any obstacles that come her way. The fourth thing is how the author portrayed the theme of psychological trauma. I want to avoid any possible spoilers, so I'll just say that there is a scene close to the end that shows perfectly how psychological healing works. I can assume that the author went through therapy because that's the scene that therapists often ask their clients to imagine in order to treat traumatic experiences from when they were kids. The fifth thing is vivid side characters. All people that SUZUME meets on her journey have their distinct personalities and are interesting to follow. I especially liked Soda's friend. And finally, the music. I'm in love with the main music theme of this anime because I think it perfectly matches the story. And the seiyuu who played SUZUME did a really good job singing the song. As for the bad things, I can't really think of any. In my opinion, it's a perfectly balanced movie that can be enjoyed by lots of people. The only thing is, apart from the slight implementation of the childhood trauma topic, I wouldn't expect too much existential depth from it. In the end, it's not serial experiment slaying. Like most Makoto Shinkai films, it's an anime movie made for a wider audience. But I can definitely say that it resonated with me more than any of his previous works, and I can definitely recommend you watch it. If you already have, by the time you are watching this video, leave your opinions in the comments below. It will be really interesting for me to read them, even if they are different from mine. Also, if you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and click the little bell icon to get all the notifications about when I post new videos. I hope to see you all soon. Bye!